What would you change if someone whispered the truth in your ear right now? That you have exactly one more year. What would finally matter? You're lying in a hospital bed. The light through the blinds cuts across white sheets in thin, golden lines. Outside, you hear the city, car horns, distant laughter, the pulse of life continuing without you. The doctor's words still echo 12 months, maybe less. And in this moment, as your hands grip the scratchy blanket, as the antiseptic smell fills your lungs, your mind doesn't go to your achievements, your awards, your LinkedIn profile. It goes to time. All that time you said you didn't have. You remember Tuesday mornings. Ordinary, forgettable Tuesday mornings when you woke up and immediately grabbed your phone. Scrolling. Always scrolling. An hour gone before your feet hit the floor. You remember saying, "I don't have time to write that book. Too busy to call your parents. Maybe next year for the guitar gathering dust in the corner." But you had time for the Netflix autoplay. You had time for meetings about meetings. You had time to refresh social media until your eyes burned. You chose those things. You see that now. In this hospital bed, you finally see it. Every "I don't have time" was a lie you told yourself. A comfortable lie that let you avoid the truth. Those things weren't your real priority. And that's okay. That's human. But you never owned it. You regret the lukewarm yes. God, you regret them. All those obligations you accepted because you were too polite to decline. Coffee meetings that drained you. Committees you never cared about. Events you attended out of guilt. Every single one stole time from something that could have been a hell yeah. You remember your calendar, bloated with appointments that made you think ugh instead of yes. And you honored every single one while your dreams waited patiently in the corner. Patient. Always someday. You see days blurring together now. Hundreds of them, where you ended each one feeling busy but empty. Productive but hollow. I did so much today, you tell yourself. But when someone asked, what did you accomplish? You couldn't name the one thing that actually mattered. Because there were 10 priorities, 15 goals, 23 tabs open in your brain. And you wonder now, with time running out, what if you'd just chosen one thing? Every single day, one thing that moved your life forward? 365 days, 365 victories. Instead of 365 days where you were busy with everything and intentional about nothing. As you lie here, you understand what time actually is. Not a resource, not a commodity, not something you manage or optimize or hack. Time is your life converted into moments. Every hour you spend is an hour of your existence, your one existence, traded for whatever fills it. You don't have a life and then manage your time. Your time is your life, and you gave it away, freely, constantly, to anyone who asked, to anything that screamed loud enough. You let work expand to fill entire days when it could have been finished in hours. You let boundaries dissolve because you never drew them in the first place. You let others claim your mornings, your evenings, your sacred hours of creation. Because you never protected them. Because you never decided they were worth protecting. The truth lands heavy in this moment. You're always doing exactly what you most want to be doing. Not what you say you want. What you actually want, revealed by how you spend your time. You wanted comfort over courage. Distraction over discipline. The easy yes over the hard no. And that's the only truth that matters. The only truth that, if you'd faced it earlier, could have changed everything. But here's what makes your chest tighten as you watch that golden light move across the sheets. You had the answer all along. You knew your mornings were sacred. You just never treated them that way. You knew which work actually mattered. You just never gave priority. You knew what deserved your time. You just never defended it. You had 1 year of mornings, 4 hours each. That's 1,460 hours to create, to build, to become. But you gave them to email, to news, to the endless scroll. You knew the meetings draining you could have been declined. You knew the $25 per hour tasks could have been delegated. You knew the back and forth scheduling could have been automated. But it felt uncomfortable, like a power move, like you were asking for too much. So you drowned instead. You remember that quote you saw once. Work expands to fill the time you give it. You nodded, moved on, forgot it. If you believed it, really believed it, you would have created deadlines when there were none. You would have given yourself 1 hour for what you usually took 5 hours to complete. You would have manufactured urgency for the dreams collecting dust. Because without boundaries, without deadlines, without artificial pressure, someday is just a soft place for dreams to die. But then something shifts. The light through the blinds seems brighter. Your breath comes easier. And you realize this is just a thought experiment. You're not actually dying. Not today. You have time. Not infinite time. Not guaranteed time. But time. More Tuesday mornings. More chances. More choices. The question is, what will you do with them? Right now, in this exact moment, you get to choose. Tomorrow morning, before you grab your phone, before the world floods in with its demands, before you let urgency steal your attention, you ask yourself one question: what's my one thing today? Not the urgent thing, not the thing that screams loudest, the one thing that moves your life forward. You write it down, pen on paper, physical, real. You put in your calendar, not as a wish, as a meeting with yourself that you wouldn't dream of canceling. You protect it, fiercely, like your life depends on it. You decide what your sacred time is, mornings, evenings, Sunday afternoons, and you stop apologizing for it. You tell people, I don't do morning meetings, and you watch them respect what you respect first. You calculate what your time is worth. Anything you hate doing that someone else can do for less. You delegate it, not someday, now. You send the Calendly link. You automate the scheduling. You stop the endless email tennis that steals hours from your life. You adopt the hell yeah or no filter. You look at your calendar and delete everything that makes you think, ugh, instead of yes. Every lukewarm yes you eliminate creates space for something that lights you up. And at the end of each day, you choose to be satisfied. Not because you did everything. You won't. You never will. But because you did the one thing. Because you owned your choices. Because you protected what mattered. Productivity culture wants you addicted to not enough. Addicted to guilt. Addicted to busy. But you just decide, I did enough today. And that permission, that simple act of satisfaction, changes everything. This isn't time management. This isn't productivity. This is owning your life. Owning that every second you spend is a second of your existence traded for whatever fills it. Gone. Irretrievable. Precious. You stop lying to yourself about where it's going. You stop being a victim of your own calendar. You stop letting everyone else write your schedule. You own your choices. You filter ruthlessly. You focus ferociously. You protect fiercely. Because here's the truth you will face someday in that hospital bed, or on that final evening, or in that moment when time finally runs out. You had exactly enough time for what truly mattered. You just had to decide what that was. What's your one thing? Choose it. Block it. Do it. Everything else can wait. But this moment, this choice, this moment is all you have.